Twice in Tibetan, once in English. Sanje Chodon Soki Chom Namla Shangchu Badu Danye Kiap Suchi Dagi Sizo Tipe Sonam Ki Jola Benje Sanje Drupa Sho Sanje Chodon Soki Chom Namla Shangchu Badu Danye Kiap Suchi Dagi Sizo Tipe Sonam Ki in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent. I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and of the good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings.
Okay, so welcome back. This morning we're talking about Mahakala as a yidam. So you're visualizing yourself as a Mahakala, that is one yidam deity. I think pretty much everything is the same. There's two types called the generation stage and the completion stage. So it's a generation stage and completion stage is also similar. That Sutra is called Kamabhaya meditation and the Vipassana meditations. Special insight meditations. So most of the generation state is more related to the Kama abiding meditation, and completion stage is more related to the special insight meditations. So I think this is not much different, but in the Vajrayana it's a little bit more skillful way. What is the most skillful is in the Sutra, for example, Sutra said we do prayer to reborn in the Pure Land. Yeah, we just wait for the next life to reborn in the Pure Land. But in the Vajrayana, we make the Pure Land as here. This is the Pure Land. So because of the mindset that way, and I think that reason of Vajrayana path is called the quick path, because we already try to make our environment as a mandala of the deity, So from the beginning of the motivations, when it comes to the Sutra, motivation is mostly a renunciation. Have to be free from samsara. You have to see the samsara as a suffering, miserable, this and that, and you want to be free from samsara. So that is the main motivations. But when come to the Bodhicitta or Mahayana, and the main motivation is a altruistic motivation of a Bodhicitta, that you think for other more than yourself. You put the other as a more important than yourself. Like Shantideva said, you have to compare yourself, put one side, every sentient being put another side, and try to see which one is more important. So that way, then you can sense why you have to care for other sentient beings too much. Reason is there's many different reasons, but one is we always say mother sentient beings. Mother sentient being mean every sentient being have been mother to who not just only give the birth, who nurture, protect when under hardship, and all those what we need completely give. So that kind of we have a kindness they show us many times. And Nagarjuna said, even one being mother, if you try to count, there's no numbers. He said, if you try to make this earth kind of like clay pot, and make the pill from the earth. Oh. Pill. Mm-hmm. Okay, make the earth as make the mud, and make every the pill size of juniper seed, mm-hmm. size that like that. Mm-hmm. Then try to count that one. Earth will finish, but being mother, one sentient beings, being mother cannot be finished the number. Like one person, one beings, how many times have been mother. So if we collected our born, all the past life, our born is higher than Mount Meru. if we collected our past lives' blood, it's bigger than 4 oceans. You know, we had this many, you know. So that is showing us from the sense of beginningless time, we are, you know, circling in this samsara continually, and during those times, we're not born with the, you know, maturity. Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. We grow up, we're born with like a womb, you know, hopeless womb. And so until we become this, you know, grow up, adult, somebody look after us, somebody take care of us. Because if nobody look after us, then we have no chance to survive. Because sometimes people have this kind of oh, my parent is not that close to me, not that, you know, kind to me. But doesn't matter, even you don't have any kind of memory that they show you kindness and love, but still, if they don't love you, you never will survive. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So they went so many hardship. Maybe then when grow up little, maybe sometimes we can have a little bit conflict, but it doesn't mean that we don't receive their kindness. Yeah. So when we think this way, then we owe them, you know, repay the kindness. So that reason now those beings sufferings in different way, you know, they being suffering in the hell, suffering in the hungry ghost, suffering on the animals. So those all suffering is a result of a negative karma. So we don't know what reason they created the negative karma, why they born in the, you know, like hell beings. All the hell beings is a result of negative karma. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what reason they make that negative karma? So we don't know. Maybe they created that negative karma for our sake. Really, I mean, we have no clue on that. So we have to think as they have been mother kind to me, but somehow they choose to the wrong path. So that way they born in there. So I need to repay them. Why you need to repay? Because they are, especially now, they are become like hopeless. They couldn't do anything. And I'm the fortunate one, being born a human being, have intelligence and devotion that enough to can engage into the Dharma. So that way, now I want to help them from my ability, and I want to become something that I can help better than this, better than now. So for that, you have to become a Buddhahood. Make sense? So that is called the altruistic motivation of the Bodhicittas. But when it comes to the Vajrayana, then you generate completely this place as a pure land. You know. So whatever you're practicing, and yourself as a that deities, and all the you know, place is the pure land of that one. So you have to see, and all our Dharma brother sister as a you know, Buddha and Bodhisattvas in that pure land. So this way to transforming our current place as a pure land of the mandala of the deity. So that way, like here, right now, we practicing Mahakala, and this place is becoming the palace of the Mahakala, and ourselves, no longer just one ordinary person who we are, you know, so worldly beings, but we transform to the deity of Mahakala. Why we can do that one? Because naturally, you know, enlightened being and our nature is no different. Like if you look the dirty water and clean water, nature of water itself is the same. One is just, you know, polluted, called the
adventitious.
Adventitious. Why adventitious? Why called the adventitious? Because that pollution or the dirt is not become water. Still, even the dirty water, that water and dirt is separate. Same way, our negative emotion and our mind is different. Like Buddha said, I don't see sentient being as an enemy. I only see the negative emotion as enemies. So we have to learn how to separate those ones. So when you separate that way, then you are naturally inseparable of the deity, Buddha. So when we say I'm Buddha or whatever deity, Tara, Chenresi or any deities, you're not a kind of like potency. You're not faking. You try to see your true nature of reality, which is right now covered with the defilement and the advantages. Yeah. So when it comes to that one, we call the Buddha nature. When that nature is always be pure, that nature which is the continuing, we call the mind stream, something continuing. What continuing is that nature? Because mind, what we think the mind of the eight consciousness, they are not continuing. They're always changing. You have a happy moment, you have a sad moment, you have an angry moment, you have a joy moment, a lot of feeling different comes. And the same thing is all the eight consciousness, those are always a change. But something continue is that their nature is. That way is the mind, we call the mind stream. So this nature is no different than deity. So that way, when we're visualizing ourselves as a mandala of the deity, it's not like something we like kind of like pretending. Make sense? This is we try to recognizing its own nature. So when it comes to the Buddhism practicing, you don't need to worry about what you're going to achieve, because you don't need to achieve. I also sometimes joke like this. Buddhism is the same as there's called a TV show called The Big Loser. Have you seen that?
The Biggest Loser?
Big Loser. It's called, I think.
Lose weight.
Yeah.
Weight loss.
So more lose weight, you win. The winner is the who can lose most.
Weight, yeah.
So Buddhism is who can lose most, all those advantages. That's a winner. One day when you lose completely that one, then you become a Buddha. So you don't need to actually achieve anything. Our practice is not gaining something. We don't need to gain anything. Like when sun come out from the other side of the mountain, sun not gaining any brightness. Just coming out from the cover, yeah. So when sun is covered with a cloud, it's the sun brightness is not gone. It's the same. Only advantage of the cloud is there. So what you have to do is to remove the cloud. Then sun will be there bright. So same way, our nature of mind is always pure like that. If that is not pure, our nature of mind is not pure, problem is no matter what you achieve, it will be temporary. Including Buddhahood have to be temporary. Make sense? So that reason when in the Vajrayana said you transform yourself as a mandala of the deity, it's not like pretending. You try to recognize your true color, true nature. Make sense? So that is the motivation of the Vajrayana. So this in the Buddhism we divide it into three vehicles. Hinayana vehicles, Mahayana vehicles, Vajrayana vehicles. Each one have their own motivation. It's slightly different. So Hinayana mostly focusing on the renunciation. And when it comes to the Mahayana, within this renunciation, edit. What edit is an altruistic motivations. And now when it comes to the Vajrayana, within the renunciation and altruistic motivation, we edit as a 5 excellent body, an excellent teacher, excellent teaching, excellent place, excellent time, and excellent retinue. So it means that you try to see everything as enlightened beings. Yeah. So that way, this is how what is different is otherwise not much different in the sutra, especially in the Asian Mayan country like China, and they're really popular. It's called Pure Land, yeah? Pure Land, really popular, that one. Everyone chanting Nama Amitabha, Nama Amitabha. They wanted to born in Amitabha Pure Land. And what we do is we just make this as Amitabha Pure Land. In the Vajrayana. That is the only difference. Other than that, same. Concept is the same. Yeah? So for this, we two a generation stage and a completion stage we talk. And the completion stage, there's two kind of completion stage. Completion stage with a sign, completion stage without a sign. Completion stage with a sign is like a Tomo meditation, recitation of a mantra. Those all is a sign. Actually, it's called a symbolic wisdom. It's not actually wisdom. Something's need to identify the wisdom. Make sense? So like when somebody pointing you the moon, you know, how they point. Yeah, finger point. But finger is not moon. Right. But if you not follow to the finger point, you're not going to see the moon. So when you follow into the finger point, you will see the actual moon. So symbolic wisdom is similar like that. And through that too, you will see the actual reality, actual truth and nature. Make sense? So that is when it's dissolution. At the dissolution, and you become empty nature. That is called the completion stage without a sign. Yeah. So after this recitation, in here is called the torma. With the form, pride, and clear visualization. So when come to the deities yoga, there's like a 4, 5, sometimes 4, but the most important is those 4 characteristics. Okay, it's 4 characteristics. Is clarity, purity, divine pride, and empty nature. So those are really important. Clarity means that's important, but not that important. Clarity. So you have to visualizing clearly. Try to see you're in the visualization deity completely clearly. Try to see. So there's an exercise, different way to exercise. You know, you just focus on the certain area like an eye or something first. When you see that one, and slowly you expand it. Then one day you see complete deity. That's called the clarity. And purity is every appearance of the form, appearance of the color, shape, and everything have something inner meaning. Like we talk about the forearm Mahakala, why there's a forearm. You know, so there's a significance of the forearm as talking about the 4 enlightened activities. Yeah. So there are lots of have an inner meaning. It's like when you buy the medicine. On the pill, there's nothing writing. You cannot describe from the pill. If you just look in the pill, you cannot tell what's for this pill. Make sense? Yeah. You have to read in the label on the bottle. Then can tell for what medicine. So otherwise, inside looks same. So similarly, inner enlightened quality is they cannot see. So have to manifest as a form of some things. That way there's a different color, different shape, different number of head, different number of arm, different, different clothes, different ornament. Those all are symbol of qualities. Like Mahakala, he is wearing the 5 skull crown. 5 skull crown as a 5 aggregate, as a purifying. When 5 aggregate purifying become a 5 Buddha family. So that one. And he have 50 flesh, what called
heads.
Yeah, head, what called that?
Skull.
Mala.
The severed heads.
Yeah, that's a mala, the garland. That's a symbol of a 51 mental formity. Purity of the 51 mental formity. Formation. Not mental formation. No. They're called a principal mind and principal mind, and principal mind is the main mind, and have it around that one is a. No, I forgot.
The gross mind and subtle mind.
No. This is called the principal mind, and oh, now I forgot that one. So
mental faculties.
Mental faculties, yeah, faculties. So this is like that way. There's a many different meaning have a purities, pure meaning. All appearance have a inner enlightened wisdom quality as a representative of the outer appearance, basically. Then the divine pride. So here said with the firm pride. Firm pride means that you need this confidence of I am the deity. Because if you are lacking that confidence, purity and clarity doesn't matter. Even you have a complete purity and complete clarity, still you are not complete. Because your devotion and your faith and your confidence is not there that you are the deity. Make sense? If you have a firm confidence, that means that you really truly have this, kind of like a trust and belief or devotion as you are the truly Buddha. So that is important. Then the fourth one is called the empty nature, because you have to see that whatever manifesting form have to see as an illusion body, not the solid one, like not flesh, not statue, not tanga, or not like that. You have to see as a like rainbow body, illusion body. So that we call the empty nature. So within this, then you have to you practice that one. Then visualization of the yourself, idam, and offer torma.
So if before, right, we begin, there is the generation stage, then mantra recitation stage, the torma offering, that's part of the generation stage or the completion stage, or what is the function of this part?
Most of problem is they didn't write here in the English. Otherwise said between the session. Torma offering is not part of the actually generation stage and completion stage, but some torma offering is offering directly deity, then that could be mostly is a generation stage, part of the generation stage you need to accumulate. But this is separate torma. This is not offering to the torma to the Mahakala actually. This is offering to the more like a, not just only offering Mahakala, or you can also, so torma offering have many different things. So it's, you can offering to the whole mandala of the Mahakala. If sorry, this one is I think can say offering to the mandala of the Mahakala. Then it can become a part of the generation stage. In the generation stage, also when you invite the deity, then part of the invitation of the deity, you have to you offer them seed, offer them drink, offer them eat food, So Dharma is also part of that. So can say generation stage. But this one is it didn't say actually part of that one, because they didn't translate, but it said Tenzin. Tenzin being the between the session. So this one you can do later. Like sometime when we go to retreat, we have a 4 sessions. When the first session finish, second session finish, or sometime and between those sessions you perform the torma to the spirit also. Make sense? So there's a many way to offering torma.
But here this one is given, after we finish. So what is the purpose of this? What is the function of this torma offering? What is it doing in this practice?
So torma offering is most of after recitation of a mantra, after this one is most of offering is also called the appreciation torma. Yeah. Before one is mostly called the accumulation of torma. So this one we can say thanking to the deity, because after practice coming. So they can say that way. So there's a lot of different ways to torma offerings. And torma itself as basically maybe you can think as a torma as a mandala. Torma means also mandala. And Torma mean also offering object, and Torma mean also blessings. Okay, then when we're offering Torma, there's a many different way to offering, but when genuinely talking about like Torma offering, smoke offering, sergim offering, like tea offering, those always you can see called the 4 gases, yeah. But here is mainly is offering to the gas of the qualities, yeah, gas of the quality as a deity, or mandala. That's the gas of the qualities. So this is mainly offering to the Mahakala mandala. So when we read, I think we can get there. So okay, says Canterbury hum pass. This is a Canterbury. Canterbury is one called one goddess mantra, goddess name called the Pungima. So this is a what doing is a before the offering purifying Torma. Sometimes you see also mantra called the Ram Yam Kam. Okay, Ram Yam Kam and Canterbury hum is basically a function is the same way. Basically, it's impure one is purifying. Like before you eat the fruit, you wash them. Yeah, so it's like same as a washing. And when you washing and get rid of all the impure things from there, then then your practice of the Toma offering as a method is supported by the wisdom. So then true accumulation is there, wisdom and method. Yeah. So the Sarvadama Subhashidaham is also wisdom, completion. So in the Vajrayana, whatever we do must be union with the wisdom and method. That is the key. Most important is must be union with the wisdom and method. So here Toma offering of the method as a union with the wisdom and method, and Oma Hoshi as a blessings. Body, speech, mind, quality in activity of the enlightened blessing as a offering Torma with a blessing.
So Om, that's body,
speech, whom? Ha ho shi. I think body, speech, mind. Ha ho. I think it's a quality and activities. Yeah. So then she is a syllable of the all this. I think something like that. But I think Omahu ha ho shi. This one is basically is a. But I'm not really clear how ho shi. Honestly, truth is you know.
So it just means free, like we're spreading it.
Yeah. So what it's just a blessing by the enlightened body, speech, mind, quality, and activities.
And we spread it.
Yeah, so it's just whatever Torma is, whatever we have is just purifying. After the purifying and see the empty nature. Once see the empty nature, then bless. Yeah. And 3 times Omahu, how it is. Then on Mahakali ye idam balin kakakai kai say basically said all the Mahakala and the mandala, please accept this torma or food, you know. Kakakai mean the eat. Idam balin mean the this torma, arranged torma. And actually Tibetan one said here said 21 times. Yeah, the translation they put as a repeat once. Yeah, they misunderstand. Yeah, it said 21.
But Omahum Hahohri will only say 3 times?
Yes, it said 3 times. So then whom you offering is this all the Mahakala mandala to the glorious Yishi Gombo with the 4 arm, 6 arm, and 4 and father, mother, protector, who is exalted body, speech, mind, quality, and activity of the Buddha. So earlier I mentioned there's a white Mahakala as a body, you know, red Mahakala as a speech, a blue Mahakala as a mind, yellow Mahakala as a quality, and green Mahakala as a activity of the enlightened. embodiment of the enlightenment. So that's talk about the, those exalted body, speech, mind, quality, and activity of the Buddhas, and to Wangqing and Chamdal and the flesh-eating demon, Ponya and 8 group of beings, including the demons. So here's a so those are all the retinue of the Mahakala. They're not Wangqing, it's Bengchen. Yeah. Yeah.
But I just bring us back. So here when we mention body, speech, mind, so here we're mentioning all Mahakalas of all five colors. Right?
Yeah. They
so
are
when we mention body,
of
it means we're to the red Mahakalas, to the white Mahakalas, to the red Mahakalas, to the blue Mahakalas, to the yellow Mahakalas, to the green Mahakalas. So we're mentioning the entire family, the entire mandala, right?
Yeah. Then that is a mandala. Then here's all the retinues, the Benjin, Jande, Shasamo, all the spirit, as called all the spirit, the different name, 8 group of the being, including the demons, and 2 wild bird and animals. So wild bird animals is because they even a spirit realm, they have all like what we have human being. Human being have a animal, different kind of animal. They also have that one, and a lot of those animals are their transportation. So that way you see a lot of them riding on the different animals. I think they don't have the factory manufacturer, so they not made a car. They still using the animals. Or maybe they already have the, those modern technology. I don't know. But those taxis rode long time ago. That time we don't have a car. Yeah. So this is like how we live. They live similarly that way. I think now they can have a car. I think.
We can see them.
Yeah, we can see. So over this Dharma. Say it Belinda Kais. And say, please accept Dharma, which is like the ocean of blood. Please accept the Dharma, which is like the mountain of flesh. Please accept this Dharma, which is the ornament with the human heart. And please accept this Dharma, which is the ornament with the human skin banner. And may this Dharma satisfy your exalted body, speech, and mind. Please defend and preserve the teaching of the Buddha, those who uphold the teachings. Then the Buddha's teaching, and those who uphold the teaching mean the practitioner, who keeping the Dharma. So this, because of the wrathful, I told you that if you really truly read the Mahakala's mandala, actually the palace, how it looks like, it's really scary looking. So this is, I think, necessary for the according to the Mahakalas. According to the wrathful perspective, then it's necessary of describing that way. As earlier I mentioned, this is like a sign of the eliminating all this evil things. When eliminated the evil things, they have skillful enough to can eliminate the evil without the harming sentient beings. Make sense? When we try to eliminate the evil, we harm the sentient being too. So that way we're not allowed to do those things. Because if you don't are capable, then even you perform the Dharma, you can destroy your own vows. You can create the negative karma. So that way have to be really careful when it comes, particularly when it comes to the wrathful things. Can be, as earlier I mentioned, when some people get sick, then you recite the Ratu mantra, like lots of people do that one, then it can harm to the spirit who harm that person who gets sick. Make sense? So then you can help one being, but then you harm the other one. So this kind of un-Buddhist, can say un-Buddhist, because Buddhism doesn't matter. You're not allowed to harm anyone, including to your enemies. The reason we always say visualize the enemy as a front of us, try to put the most important, Because if you cannot think that way, you will not have equanimity. If you don't have equanimity, then your mind will be corrupted with the afflictive emotion of attachment and aversion, because you see that closeness and distance. Long as you have this sense of closeness and distance, you will never be free from the afflictive emotion of attachment and aversions. So long as you're not free from afflictive emotion of the aversion and attachment, then you will have no chance to nirvana. So that reason, you have to train your mind, try to see every sentient being as an equanimity. You know what does equanimity mean? Because sometimes in the text, like here, this is supposed to be equanimity, but sometimes people misunderstand the meaning. This for immeasurable, page 6, it said, the last one say, may they rest in equanimity, free from attachment, aversion. Sounds like it's equanimity mean not have attachment and not have aversions. Yeah? That is not equanimity. Not having attachment, aversion alone is not equanimity. Why? Because that's we have every time when we go to the deep sleep. We have that, but that is not equanimity. That is ignorance. Not having sense of attachment, aversion alone is not becoming equanimity, because it is part of the ignorance. Equanimity must be within this first thought. You know, what is the first thought said? First said, may Mother Sentient Being, boundless of the sky, have happiness and cause of happiness. So you need this feeling toward to the every sentient being equally, without the closeness or distance. Love and compassion. You need the love and compassion toward to the every sentient being equally, then you have equanimity. But if you think that equanimity means just not have attachment and aversion, that's not equanimity. Then non-sentient being have a great equanimity.
Khenpo, in Russian translation, that line sounds as follows. May all mother sentient beings, blah, 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 may they rest in not equanimity, may they rest in great, I don't know what would be the great word, but like peace of mind, probably. May they rest in the great peace of mind, free from aversion to things which they don't like, and free from attachment to things which they do like.
Yeah.
That's how you would be saying that in Russian or Ukrainian.
Yeah. So that way I said, if you take literally that way, then just not having attachment, aversion alone is, if that's equanimity, then all the ignorant beings have equanimity, because they don't have the sense of this is likable, this is dislikable. Make sense? Yeah. So that is ignorance.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to have equanimity, means that without the distance and closeness, you have to have equal to everyone love and compassion. Make sense? So that reason for that, we have to free our mind from that afflictive emotion of those two. What I'm saying is even you are performing wrathful, you cannot lose this sense of loving kindness and compassion toward to the sentient being, including enemies. Enemies. So if you harm, literally harm the enemies, you're losing your sense of loving kindness and compassion. So who can perform this one? Is it someone who can see where's the mind, can lead the mind and liberate the mind, who can guide. Yeah. So that way it's not easy. But So the enlightened being, they can do that one. So it looks like really like a bloodshedding. They're doing lots of bad things, but they're not harming sentient beings. Even they lose their life, they bring to the great bliss. They bring to the great joy of the enlightenment. So who get in their hand is a really karmically connected one, not everyone. Otherwise, those all Buddha and Bodhisattva, they can show the miracle power to kill every sentient being one day. They have that power, but they only come to the karmically who have a what called a vessel to receive that.
They have the good karma of being an enemy. Yeah. Somehow
they have a good karma to can be liberated by this one. And also, lots of time when Bodhisattva manifests as a performing that wrathful, they're not harming sentient beings. What they do is to manifest the enemy, then give the punishment to that enemy. So it's not really sentient beings. His own manifestation. So there's one story. Two monks from the Liu, I think Liu is more like a Mongol area. Two monks came to Tibet, and they heard the Songtsen Gampo's emanation of Aulodishwara. So they want to come to receive the teaching. But they before they come to near Lhasa, they saw lots of dead corpses. Okay, they saw lots of dead corpses. And they thought, oh, we have wrong information. This cannot be Aulodishwara's emanation. If Aulodishwara emanation never harms sentient being like this. Because when they asked why so many people dead body, and the people said this is a king's punishment to the criminal. So then those two monks run away from Tibet, They said we should run away from here. This is really like an evil place. If we stay here long, we will get this punishment. But then King know and sent messenger to bring back. And King Songtsen Gampo said, I have to do this way. Otherwise, Tibetan people are really evil, really difficult to tame them. So I manifest a criminal, I capture the criminal, I give the punishment of the criminal. This all not sentient being. This all as my manifestation. So there are lots of stories like that. There's also another, I think, story, Gyabo Mei Kocha or something called. He also, when, some practitioner had, said some kind of like information that there's one great Dharma king and he was truly Bodhisattva, will give the teaching. When they went in the courtyard of the kingdom, there's a punishing, there's a killing, there's so many, bloodshed going on in the courtyard. And king is punishing so many. And those practitioners thought, oh, we are wrong place. But then king took to the different place, and there's a completely Dharma. And the king said, this all is my skillful display. I make the criminal as an emanation of the criminal, and I capture them and I give them death penalty, punishment. So when I do that one, people will see. When people see, they dare to do the mistake. So that way, lots of time also not necessarily these all are real human beings, head and blood and those. A lot of them are manifestation Bodhisattva, because those Bodhisattva can manifest anything they want. Make sense? So many times also it's not necessarily it's really like someone life lose. All is just the manifestation, the display. Yeah, display. Those skillful. So that is what is how Bodhisattva tame the sentient being with skillfully. So we cannot take those literally. Otherwise, this really looks scary, Otherwise, a mountain of the flesh, Yeah. Ornament of the human heart, ornament of the human skin banner. this Thomas satisfied with your exalted body, speech, and minds. And please defend and preserve the teaching of the Buddha, those who uphold the teachings. And please increase in the lifespan of the glorious Holy Lama. Here said glorious Holy Lama. This have a great deep meaning. Why Lama called the glorious Holy Lama? Because truly authentic Lama must be reached through the 8 Bhumi. So 8 Bhumi Bodhisattva, they have a direct realization of the non-dual wisdom. So glorious is a Sanskrit called Shri. Word Sanskrit is a word called Shri. Shri as a translate in the English glorious. Shri, meaning of the Shri is a non-dual wisdom. If you read the Chakasambhara Tantra, said Shri Nimi Yishides. You know, Shri mean the non-dual wisdom. Not need to Chakasambhara Tantra, you read the Chakasambhara Sadhana. So already on the there, Shri Nimi Yishides. So the meaning of the name of the Chakasambhara, Shri Chakasambhara. So when talking about the glorious Lama, so glorious Lama is talking about the Lama that qualified one, as yesterday I mentioned, who are reached to the Vajratara state. It's at least above the 8 Bhumi. Like when Kababa leaving from the Milarepa, and he asked to his guru Milarepa, said, when I can take the disciple? And Milarepa said, one day you have a really high realization. You know, sounds, name same, but the meaning different of the bliss, luminosity, and non-conceptual. Name samely, but a much profound one. At that time, you also see me truly Buddha that time. So that is talking about the Bodhisattva who reached to the 8 Bhumi. So when you reach to the 8 Bhumi, then they have a truly realization of the non-dual wisdom. So non-dual wisdom, who had that realization, that's qualified to call the glorious guru. Yeah? So that way, glorious means that those talking about the lifespan of the glorious holy lamas. And through the power of your activity, may all beings be happy and have all the good fortunes. So this wrathful, peaceful, whatever manifestation, their main purpose is to bring the sentient being to the happiness. You know, if your main purpose is being to the sentient being to the happiness, what you have to do is the first thing is have to stop harming. You know, if you not stop harm sentient being, you cannot help the sentient being. So that way, even the wrathful activity, you're not allowed to actually perform the wrathful to the sentient beings. If you read the jewel, Lord Jitin Sunggun called the Gungji, in there said, Bodhisattva perform the wrathful with skillfully, but not allowed to engage in non-virtuous action. You have a permission to perform the wrathful skillfully, but you're not allowed to have a permission to engage in the non-virtuous activities. That means you can perform this killing and lots of those things, but you're not allowed to harm sentient beings. So that way, most of as earlier I mentioned, they manifest criminal and give the punishment. So they're not harming any sentient beings. When you see that one, then you dare to do that same things. Yeah? So that's called a skillful mean, Bodhisattvas. Okay. So happy and have all good fortunes. And please accomplishing your activity which for our practice of the Dharma, remove and pacifying unfavorable circumstances. So we have lots of different kind of unfavorable circumstances. You know, lack of a material, lack of health, lack of lifespans. All those sometimes we are lacking. And so when we're talking about the wealth, some people say, oh, me in the Dharma talking about the wealth means the spiritual wealth. I think not talking about the only spiritual wealth. Dharma need a material wealth too. If you don't have a material wealth, how are you going to pay the bill every month for the center? Yeah? You know, it's not just sometimes people go to too extreme. But when we're talking about the wealth, it's not talking about the becoming wealthy like those all multi-billionaire. It's talking about the wealth means you have enough material that you have freedom. Lots of people have no freedom to practice Dharma because you have to go to work. So that means that your material is not have enough. That way you have to hard work. So when you have enough resource of the material, food, clothes, insurance or whatever is necessary, then you are wealthy. You know, above that, when you collect it, above that is a curse. Curse?
Curse?
Yeah.
Let me try it.
Khenpo, which day of a week is Mahakala's day? So
Yesterday.
Saturday?
No, 29th. Yesterday, actually, I wasn't thinking, but yesterday was a Mahakala day.
Oh, really?
Yes, 29.
Oh.
Dhamapala day.
Oh, Tibetan calendar 29.
Yeah, Tibetan calendar
Yeah.
29.
Oh, there is no day of a week. It has to be
No.
Tibetan calendar.
We just
Tibetan
follow with the Tibetan calendar.
Okay, so whenever is the Dharmapala day on the Tibetan calendar, that would be a good day for Mahakala.
Yeah. So somehow, of course, you know, I never looked at it, calendar, but it happened yesterday.
Perfect.
And also, normally you make the Friday night, important.
Yeah.
But you make the
it's
Saturday.
always Saturday morning.
No. Lots of time I did the
Here,
Friday
but
night.
Yeah, usually it's Friday night.
Yeah, but
Other centers.
Saturday morning.
huh? Yeah, so that's exactly on time. So it's sometimes it happen. Maybe Mahakala push you behind.
Good sign. It's good sign.
Yeah, good sign. Yeah, I saw that yesterday morning, but then I forgot. So then say provide a favorable circumstance. So we need a favorable circumstance. Need all those material things, food, clothes, and all the material things. We no matter how we spiritually high, still you carry on this called the human body. The human body cannot just survive with feeding with the spiritual food. Visualization. You cannot just survive by visualization. You really need real food,
Yeah.
no matter how visualization is good, but still need the food. So it's a favorable condition, it's a necessity. It doesn't mean that you have to have so many, but you have to have that things that you don't have to always be rely on someone. Make sense? Then when you have that one, you have a truly freedom. When you are relying on other, you have no freedom because you have to follow with others whatever recommendation. Yeah. So if you want to be truly freedom, you need all the favorable condition. Then you become a true independent. So independent, yeah. Yeah. So then here said. Praise whom? To you sitting mid a terrifying flame like the fire at the Kalpa end. We already talked this one. On the lotus sun disk and the corpse, dark blue and the wrathful one with the one face and four arms. I express a homage, protector of the pledge of the Dharma. Tenzin Gompo is a platter of the pledge of Tenzin Gompo means the Samaya protector. So it means that because Mahakala pledge from Buddha said, I'm going to protect the Dharma. Mahakala pledge from Nagarjuna, from all those past masters, they have a direct contact to the Mahakala. He pledged with them. It's sounds like it's like renewing the vow. So, they made many different masters. They made great, highly practitioner. Master comes and he made the pledge with them. So that way is to pledge to defend the Buddha's teachings and preserve those who have made a commitment and practice discipline. Please think of us now from where you naturally abide. Where you naturally abide means that most of the time those, Dharma protectors, they have their own place to naturally abide, like Nalinda, Suwate, Chena ground. And also high monastery, and sometimes they follow to the guru, and guru's resident is also they have a resident, So wherever they are, so they stay, and their manifestation is a place so inviting. Please think of us from wherever you are abide, and express homage to you, protector of the exalted wisdom, Yishi Gombo, having eliminated all obscuration of the ordinary body. You are blessed with a Vajra body, endowed with the nature and manner mark of the Buddha. I express homage to you, protector of the exhausted body. So this means that his body is completely pure and free from the mundane, faults of the. We have this. Our body have a lot of faults. Yeah. Faults of sickness, faults of impurity, faults of impermanent, all those are free from that because he get the wisdom body. Wisdom body is free from the impurity, free from the impermanent, free from the, what call suffering. So that way it's called the pure body. Yeah. So. Having eliminated all obscuration of the ordinary speech. So we have a speech negative karma, especially created by the speech, like harsh word, idle talk, and those create negative karma. So all those are purifying speech. You are blessed with the Vajra speech. Then you don't have the faults of a speech. So it's become a Vajra speech, which is called the Vajra speech, mean sound and emptiness inseparable. So the union of the empty and sound, that is called the Vajra speech. Endowed with the 60 supreme quality of the speech. So speech, this speech is in Latin speech have 60 different type of qualities. Pleasant, clear, meaningful, and so all. Our speech have 60 or 80 or 100 different kind of faults, meaningless, not clear, impure, unpleasant. I don't like my own voice, So, but in Latin beings, speech are really pure, clear, meaningful, soft, and gentle to listen. And all those good qualities.
So is it, I think I remember hearing the teaching that came from Nigma, that we don't know what language historical Buddha Shakyamuni actually spoke, but he could, beings from all different languages could understand his speech, because he was a Buddha. So no matter what language he spoke, whoever was hearing him would understand him.
Yeah, I think Buddha, being their tongue is totally different than us. Whatever they speak, I think so. This is what I think. Whatever they speak, each individual hear their own language.
What they need to hear.
Yeah. So one time I heard Rinpoche came to TMC. You know that Rinpoche, some of you met. From Tibet, the great yogi, he passed for a long time ago. I heard he came to TMC. I wasn't there, before me, and he was talking a long time. He not taking break for the translator, so he was talking maybe 15 minutes or a long time. And at some point, the translator said, "I have to translate." He said, "Huh? They don't understand my word?" He said, "Yes, no, they don't understand the Tibetan." Oh, then no point. So what he's saying is, in Latin speech should be understood from everyone. So I don't know, but that is that in Buddhist speech. But this one, This one is talking about speech quality. Not necessarily different language, but the speech quality have a, you know, like each have different. Some people have a soft, you know, gentle, you know, beautiful, and some kind of so. So they don't have that problem, you know. You don't need to do this. Okay. I express homage to your protector, exalted speech of the Sungi Gobo. It means the speech, Lord of the speech. Having eliminating the all obscuration of the ordinary body, this is ordinary mind. Yesterday, Liz pointed, this should be ordinary mind. So this is mistranslation. Ordinary mind, you bless with the Vajra mind. So our ordinary mind is full of conceptual thought, you know. So purifying that conceptual thought and become a thought. Whatever thought come, immediately recognize it as an empty nature. So you don't need to eliminate the thought. You need to recognize the thought. That is different. When you recognize the thought, then thought is become a Vajra mind. Yeah. So that way, when you recognize the thought, that become a Dharmakaya. So in the Kagyu tradition, we said 100 thought, 100 Dharmakaya. And lots of, actually in teachings, mindfulness teachings, you have to make the thought to analyze on that thought. You have to make the feeling, analyzing that feeling, try to recognize it. If you don't have a feeling, how you can analyze on that? Make sense? So when you recognize the nature of thought, then that is thought as a Dharmakaya, empty nature. So then when you recognize that is become a Vajra, Vajra minds. Endowed with the mind of the blissful and the non-conceptual exalted wisdom, I express homage to you, protector of the exalted mind, to Jingobos, the embodiment of the mind. Having eliminated the impurity of the three doors, the body, speech, and mind, you are endowed with all the supreme quality of the Buddha and are the king of the Dharma. So which means the subtle obscuration is a purifying body, speech, mind. That the first one is a gross. When subtle obscuration is a purifying, then you truly Buddha. So then you have all the enlightened qualities, 10 power, you know, 4 fearlessness, and 18 those. There's many numbers of what called the 32 enlightened qualities. So those all are there. So that way, I'm talking about this one. And this is also supreme qualities, so Buddha and the king of the Dharma. So here, king of the Dharma means that after Mahakala's enlightenment, and he become the Dharma protector, king of the Dharma. Here is talking about the Dharma protector. I express homage to you, protector, the supreme quality of Yuanden Gombo. Okay, quality Mahakala. In the mandala of the Tenzin Samaya Sattva, okay, which is what we're visualizing is called the Samaya Sattva, means that your manifestation of various form appearance like the cloud subduing the enemies and destroying those who harm the Dharma. So in the midst of the sentient beings, Mahakala manifests in different way and training and destroying all the evilness of the beings. Yeah.
Samaya Sattva is an emanation of Mahakala, or Damsik Samba.
Damsik Samba Kingurdu. So Tenzin Samba is what we're visualizing. It's called Tenzin Samba. Samaya Sattva means what we're visualizing. The being who visualizing mandala. That's basically Samaya Sattva. Okay. So he was the wisdom Sattva.
Okay.
So manifest in mid of the Tenzin Samba as sentient beings. And anybody who making mistake, anybody who need a protection and protecting that one. So basically talking about his perform of the enlightened activities for the benefit of sentient beings, because that is the what called the karma, activity qualities. So Tilen Gombo mean that Tilen Gombo is talking about the activities. Okay. Dharmas, I express homage to you, protector of the supreme activities. The Buddha prophesied that you would defend the Dharma. So this is Buddha mentioned in the Tantra Sutra many times, about the Mahakala will protect in Dharma. And annihilate all the sinful one. Annihilate, what does annihilate mean?
Destroy.
Yeah, destroy.
Completely destroy.
Yeah.
Totally.
So here, basically talking about the annihilate as a broken samaya. Yeah. So who broke their samaya? Who broke their commitment? So that's broken samaya. And sinful, here's Tenzin. Tenzin is not just only somebody making mistake. This one is like someone who joyfully making mistake, continually making mistake, and never stop making that mistake when people ask to, and that kind of attitude one. And also someone who doing the like heinous crime, and those kind of is talking about, because if the wrathful they destroy all the being who just making mistake, then every sentient being have to eliminate. Yeah.
We'd all be gone.
Here is a talking about someone see as their negative action as a quality. Yes, sometimes people have this idea.
They're proud of it.
They're proud of doing their bad things, and they continually doing, and they really enjoy doing that one. When somebody asks you to not do, you're not listening.
Right.
That kind of attitude is called the sinful, the heavy negative one. So when that one, then had to be is even Bodhisattva, even the risk of their karma, they will take their life. Like the Captain Compassion took this bad guy's life. So when Bodhisattva do that one, they not do it without their risking. They said, even I go to hell, but I don't want to send this to hell. I want to stop him to make it this kind of heinous crime. So that is how much Bodhisattva care for the sentient being. It doesn't say is that when Bodhisattva truly engaging this kind of harm to the other sentient beings, even the act of the Bodhisattva, there is consequences. When Captain Compassion killed this Mina Dodonje with a bad guy, his purpose of killing is good. That way he had a great accumulation, but because of the action is not good. Make sense? So that way Buddha was held a long time from that. And even he became a Buddha, he had the what called this thorn come after the Buddha. So when Bodhisattva perform the wrathful, they're not saying, I'm pure, I can do whatever, I'm Bodhisattva, then I have no, what called the false. They can get a false, but they're risking that one for others' sake. So Bodhisattva basically said, if I go to hell, I'm okay, but I'm not going to let go this one is to hell. So I have to stop this one. So when it says sinful mean that one, somebody who continually doing, never stop, and that kind is called the Tenzin in the Tibetan. As maybe you can say great sinful. Yeah? Here what they use. Sinful one. So sinful one is I think not good word. As here maybe someone say someone who doing the great sin or great negative. Yeah?
Is it only those breaking samaya joyfully, or is there also people who are rejoicing in evil that they perform? Well, she says specifically breaking samaya, but I'm asking about actions as well, other actions as well.
So, okay, you have to see this way. If you broke the samaya, okay, you truly broke the samaya, more you live, your negative will continue. It's better to die sooner.
They call it cut your losses.
Yeah.
Cut your losses.
I think so. So, what, because if you have to think this way yourself also. If you live in life with a meaningful, you're living life with a dharmic way, you're living life with a virtuous way. Yes, you need a long life.
Yeah.
That's really important. But if your life is a really, really negative way to living, then maybe pray to I don't have, not live too long. Yeah? Can you understand? Maybe that much you can, make mistake. Less mistake.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying it's said Buddha said that way, but I think we can think that way something. So Samaya broke and defiled with the Dharma. I express homage to you, protector, who preserved the Dharma. The Dharma protector or Lord of the Dharma. By our uttering this 8-line Torah to the Dharma Pala of the great black protector, the excellent protector, Tamchen Gobo in the Samaya, Tamchen Gobo is he took the oath binding protector, be pleased and grant the fulfilled of our wishes, and from now on until the attainment of enlightenment, I will look for help in your protector. May all my wish be fulfilled. Accomplishing your activity of the pacifying or illness, defilement, afflicted caused by the demon and evil spirit. So lots of time actually we can get this called evil control. Because of the evil control, some people then they become so afflicted, by evil control. So sometimes it happens. So demon and evil spirit, increasing our lifespan and merit, give up power over the world. Give us power over the world. So what is giving power over the world mean? The worldly increase in the lifespan, increase in the merit, increasing the all those necessary worldly things, you gain that one. That's called the power over the world.
Bank accounts.
It's just, can say including the bank account. So whatever necessity things you have to have, because if you have more than what you need, then you become a caretaker.
A what?
Caretaker. What?
Caretaker.
Caretaker?
Caretaker stuff.
Of who?
Whoever.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know who's going to use that one, but somebody will use when you die. I heard in China, somebody said this is a true story. One really rich guy, he was young, become really rich. But because he was working so much and he died young age.
Oh.
And he has a driver. He was that kind of his servant. But driver is continually driving to the wife, and slowly they become close, and she remarried with the driver. Then later driver said, I thought until now I'm working for you. Now I realize you're working for me. His boss who died. So when you have more than what you need, you just become caretaker. Only what you can take is a stress with that and negative karma involved with that. Sometimes wealth is not necessarily wealth. I think it's curse. Curse?
Curse. Depends on how you use it.
Not just only use. I mean, there are so many people really miserable with their wealth.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I'm noticing. When you are financially really struggling, all the family are close to each other. But when you gain a little bit more, then there's all competition, jealousy, and the other part is come out.
Sometimes, yeah.
So, like generally talking about, you know, before in like Tibet, people are really poor, especially during the Cultural Revolution. Everyone is really support each other, especially when you come to the family. They really care each other. But now I'm hearing even the brother and sister, they not get along each other. They always say competition. They always be jealousy. They always be this kind of.
It's about Ukrainians.
Oh.
When things are really bad, everybody takes care of each
Yeah.
other. When things get a little bit better, people are at each other's throats.
Yeah. So
Crab.
when you
know,
become,
you know the story about the crabs, the bushel of crabs. You have a bushel of crabs, and the one crab that's escaping,
yeah, the other one can pull
y'all
down.
pull that down.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
That's horrible. That's
You know
horrible.
what? That's not a Ukrainian story. Ukrainian story would be, as long as they're in the bushel, they will be pushing each other up, helping each other, and the one who gets at the
That's
top
how it
helps
should
to
be,
keep,
right?
pull everybody. The moment they get outside,
They fight there.
they fight.
Oh, there you go.
The moment they save each other, they get. That's when fucking happens.
No, I'm okay.
You're from Maryland. You need to know that story.
Crab?
That's
Yeah,
right,
I had
the
to go. I
crabs.
did that one.
Maryland crab.
Please accept this ornament. Inhalate, obstructor of the Dharma. Please accept this ornament, Dharma. And said, and achieve the activity with the which you are in trust. Achieve or perform. I think it's here, perform. Is it not achieve? Achieve. You know, so whatever we request, please do that one. So this one said, this praise Mahakala called the quality exalted body, speech, mind was composed by the protector Nagarjuna. So Master Nagarjuna wrote this for the Mahakala.
Not achieve, accomplish. That's
Accomplish.
what they usually say. Accomplish the activity.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then after that said confession, it means that whatever mistaking have been committed by in performing this sadhana, I confess them all to you. So they said, I think Nagarjuna also said, not Nagarjuna, sorry, Adisha said, try to confess every mistake without a passing day. It's much easier. Like when clothes is dirt, if you wash immediately, anything is easy to wash. But if you wait many days, it's hard to wash. So he said, you must confess every night before go to bed. So if you're not, so that way you're not going to overnight with a, negative.
Yeah.
So it's necessary. So you have to every practice try to confess. Maybe you make mistake, even you don't know, with knowing, without knowing. So it's better to confess that one. So confess all of you. So. Then auspicious prayer. May this be good fortune for the root and lineage Lama, and the bestow the cloud of the blessing. And Yidam Chakrasambhavara, who sent the shower of the magical feet, and Dagini and the Dhammapala, who caused to the light of the Buddha as activity, and countless mandala circle of the deity. So this is three roots: root of the Guru, root of the Yidam, and root of the Dhamma protector. And here, sorry.
What page?
Yeah, I made mistake.
Dedication.
Yeah, compares all use and say the protector of the all beings. I made mistake. Page 18 to I jump to the page 20. Then dedication. So after the after this, sorry, page 18. Then it said, I perform this sadhana. I confess them all to you, and I protector all beings. The protector of being here is talking about the Mahakala. Then recite the 100-syllable mantra, substituting with the Mahakala for the Bezasattva, or Mahakala Samaya Manupalaya Mahakala Sadhu. Then about the member, Sudakaya member, Subokaya member, Anurada member, Sawasi member, Sawakamasuza Metsida Mashiri, Guru Ha Ha Ho, Bakawan, Sawataka, Beza, Mahakala members of Mahakala Bawa Mas Samaya Sadhu as so Bazar as a change to the Mahakala. In this text, one thing is missing. Dissolution. So you can, dissolution is always be outer, the sentient being, we remember earlier meditate sentient beings. So like when you throw the bird say, on the ground, when you throw the rock, what happened?
Fly away.
Everything would
Flies
fly.
away.
Similarly, the all sentient being flow and dissolve to the mandala, the Mahakala. The Mahakala mandala is melt to the light and dissolve to the retinue. And retinue dissolve to the light and dissolve, melt to the light and dissolve to the Mahakala. And the Mahakala, his body is also melt to the light and dissolve to the Om Ahum or Hum syllable, blue Hum. You know, and the Hum dissolve from the bottom to until the top. When top, there's called the nada kind of dot, and that become a smaller until it invisible. When it's invisible, then stay in that nature. It's not called the disappear. It's called the invisible. That's empty nature. And stay on that state much as you can. Then once you done that one, then you again visualize it as a single Mahakala. Whatever deity you do that also same way too. Then you do the dedication before the conceptual start. Then dedication is here. By the merit of collecting through this practice, may I quickly attain the state of the Yishigombo and lead the all being without exception in that same state. So, what is the Yishigombo's state? Yishigombo's state is unless the 10th Bhumi Buddha. Or some point saying he's a truly Buddha. So, it's insupportable of the Jakar Sambhavara, insupportable of the Avalokiteshvara. Those are same one different manifestation. So, Mahakala is a manifestation of the Jakar Sambhavara, Mahakala is a manifestation of the Avalokiteshvara, the state of that one. Okay, so that is a Mahakala.
Short break. Khenpo. Short break. Tea break. 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, then we do the practice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. We still have time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's time?
You have time.
10-minute break.
10-minute break.
Om Bazazado Samaya Manu Balaya Bazazado Deno Bai Tishan Dedo Membawa Soto Kayo Membawa Sobokayo Membawa Anorado Membawa Sawa Sidi Membraya Sawa Kama Sutame Zidam Shriya Purunho Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Bedrama Membet Bezembawa Ma Samaya Sadhu